Hello all. So in our previous video we were learning about the Mendel's law, and as a part of the same chapter we are going to understand about the chromosome in this video. As we know that the genes are located on the chromosome only, and uh, these genes are then responsible for the various traits or character, isn't it? So let us understand about chromosomes. We know that human body or any organism is made up of cell, and that cell, it contains a nucleus inside which you can find the chromosome. And moreover, we also know that DNA is a part of a chromosome, isn't it? And on this part only you will find the gene, presence of gene, right? So now first of all let us see what chromosome is. If you'll see the overall structure of the chromosome and overall functioning of the chromosomes, so it will be like that. The chromosomes, they are filamentous bodies present in the eukaryotic nucleus. Okay, chromosome can be found in the eukaryotic nucleus only, and the shape of the chromosome is filamentous, it is thread like. All right. And if you'll segregate the, or if you'll break the word of chromosome, then you will find that the it is made up of two word. One is chromo and the other is soma. Now chromo, it means color, and soma, it means body. If you observe chromosome inside the microscope, then you will find when we stain that microscope, at that time it takes a color, and because of that only it becomes visible to us, राइट. क्रोमोसोम में जब हम सॉरी माइक्रोस्कोप में जब हम क्रोमोसोम को ऑब्जर्व करते हैं, तो जो स्टेन हम ऐड करते हैं, it absorbs that stain, and because of that only it is visible. And the word chromosome, this word, it was coined by Walder in 1888. The size of chromosome varies from species to species. Depending upon the species, size of the chromosome, even the shape of the chromosome also varies in a single organism itself. Right? It is visible during the cell division only, and specifically during the metaphase. It is visible when the cell divides, and specifically at the metaphase only the chromosome is visible. This chromosome, it is capable of self replication. That means it can be doubled. You can see that the chromosome are replicating itself and forming two more chromosomes, right? So that ability of self replication is there in the chromosome. These chromosomes, they play vital role in heredity, mutation, variation, and evolutionary development of eukaryotic species. So the function played by the chromosome, it is very important in heredity, mutation, variation, and evolutionary development. Chromosomes are made up of DNA, we all know that. It is again shows two more part, that is histone and non-histone protein. Right. The chromosome is made up of DNA, histone, and non-histone protein, and it is a carrier of heredity, because we know that from parents, uh, character are transmitted from parents to the offsprings. So these chromosomes are responsible for carrying those characters. All right, that is why it is the carrier of heredity. Now let us see the levels of DNA packaging, or the packaging that is there in the chromosome. Now this is the typical chromosome which we have seen everywhere, right? So this is during metaphase, you can find this as it is, isn't it? Now if you pull this chromosome, if you try to pull this, then you will find that it is a, you can have a thread like structure coming out of it, which is nothing but a chromatin fiber. अब ये जो क्रोमैटिन फाइबर है, ये बना हुआ है हिस्टोन और नॉन हिस्टोन प्रोटीन से. फर्दर जब आप इसे पुल करते हैं, देन यू कैन हैव अ DNA molecule also. So this chromosome, it is made up of histone. This is the histone. Then you will have a histone, non-histone protein and DNA molecule, right? Here also you can see this is a part of a nucleus. This is the nucleus, and in this nucleus you will find that the chromosome, it is initially, it is in the form of chromatin. We call it as chromatin. Okay, and these chromatin fibers are embedded in a condensed manner. बहुत condensed होते हैं, बहुत packed होते हैं nucleus के अंदर. So they are present in a condensed manner in the nucleus of a cell. Now again, if you try to, what have we called them? It is a chromatin. Now if you pull this chromatin, then you will find it will show this type of structure. These are the nucleosomes. You can find the histone over here and the non-histone protein as well. Now if you further pull it, then you will find a DNA helix also. Okay, this is a typical structure of a chromosome, which is made up of this complete structure, that is histone, non-histone protein and DNA. You can see all over this chromosome. This is also called as chromatin. This is a chromatin material. Okay, now we said that it has a capability of self-replication. So here you can see the chromosome, it is replicating itself. This is the structure of, or it this is how a chromosome looks like, but generally we have seen chromosome in this form. So this is the form where the chromosome, it replicate itself. Okay, so it forms sister chromatid. ये जो आप एक देख रहे हो, this one part and this other part, it is called as sister chromatid. When it replicate, so at that time it forms sister chromatids. This one and this one is a sister chromatid. Okay, and after cell division, daughter chromosomes are formed. Okay, if you see the structure of chromosome, you will find there are two arms present in the chromosome. This is the P arm. This particular part of the chromosome, it is called as P arm, while this one, it is called as Q arm. And these two arms are joined together by a structure called as centromere. So this is centromere, this is P arm, and generally you will find that the P arm is quite shorter or smaller than this Q arm. Okay, one more example of this is an example of homologous chromosome. These two homologous chromosome, here you can see in metaphase stage, these are replicating itself, forming sister chromatids. See, one and this one is the second sister chromatid. Similarly with this second homologous chromosome, after meiosis, these two homologous chromatids will segregate itself, and at the end of the cell division or meiosis 2, you can have four daughter chromatids, four daughter separated chromatids, right? And in the law of segregation also, we said that in the cell division, the genes they segregate, genes they separate depending upon the gametes. In each gamete you will find one particular chromosome will get arranged itself, isn't it? This is again something which you will find at the cell division. In human, the chromosome number is 46. We have 23 sets of chromosome. So in all we have 46 chromosomes. At the time of cell division or at the time of DNA replication, chromosome number will be same, 46 only, but the chromatid number will become 92. It will get doubled because now the chromosomes, they are replicating, so they will form one more copy of themselves. So that is why at the time of DNA replication, the number of chromatid will be 92 in human body. Okay, again at the like whenever the mitosis process is going on, again the chromatid number will be same, and at the end of the cell division you will find that the chromosome number will be also 46 and the chromatid number will also become 46, because here the chromatids will segregate from each other and they will arrange themselves in two different cells. Okay, now let us come to the structure of chromosome. The chromosome consists of two chromatids joined together by centromere or primary construction. Here you can see this is a replicated uh, chromosome. Here you can see sister chromatids. These are the sister chromatids, and these, as I have already said, sister chromatids, they are joined together by the centromere. This is also known as primary construction. Okay, this is primary construction. Centromere, it is also known as primary construction. Primary construction, it consists of a disc shaped plate called as kinetophore. So it will have a disc like shape which will be called as kinetophore, and this is a place, this is a site where the spindle fiber, it will get attached during the cell division. We have learned cell division in class 11, and we have seen that the spindle fibers, they get attached at a point during the cell division. So this is that site where the spindle fiber get attached itself. Okay, now few chromosomes, they show additional one or two constrictions. एक से ज़्यादा एक कॉन्स्ट्रिक्शन हमने देखा जिसे हम कहते हैं प्राइमरी कॉन्स्ट्रिक्शन, विच इज़ ऑल्सो नोन एज सेंट्रोमियर. अब कुछ क्रोमोसोम्स में एक या दो एडिशनल कॉन्स्ट्रिक्शंस भी होते हैं, ठीक है, विच इज़ नोन एज प्राइमरी कॉन्स्ट्रिक्शन, सॉरी, secondary constriction 1 and secondary constriction 2. Okay, this is how you will find two more constriction in few chromosomes. So here in this diagram you can see this is the secondary constriction 1 and this is the secondary constriction 2. तो प्राइमरी कॉन्स्ट्रिक्शन हमने देखा था सेंट्रोमियर को बोलते हैं, और उसके साथ साथ दिस इज अ प्राइमरी कॉन्स्ट्रिक्शन, उसके साथ साथ कुछ क्रोमोसोम्स में दो और कॉन्स्ट्रिक्शन प्रेजेंट रहेंगे जिसे सेकेंडरी कॉन्स्ट्रिक्शन 1 कहेंगे और दूसरे कॉन्स्ट्रिक्शन को सेकेंडरी कॉन्स्ट्रिक्शन 2 कहेंगे. ठीक है, नाउ at secondary constriction 1 the nucleolus become organized during इंटरफेस. जब सेल डिवीजन स्टार्ट होता है तो जो पहली स्टेज होगी इंटरफेस की, वहाँ उस इंटरफेस में इस सेकेंडरी कॉन्स्ट्रिक्शन 1 पे न्यूक्लियोलस ऑर्गेनाइज हो जाएगा, एंड सेकेंडरी कॉन्स्ट्रिक्शन 2 पे यू विल फाइंड अ बॉडी, सैट बॉडी, which is also called as satellite body. It will get attached to secondary constriction 2 in very few chromosomes. Each chromatid in turn contain a long unbranched slender highly coiled DNA thread called as chromonema. This particular structure that you can see, it is the coiled DNA which is known as chromonema, and this will present थ्रूआउट द लेंथ ऑफ क्रोमोसोम. जितनी भी क्रोमोसोम की लेंथ होगी पूरे क्रोमोसोम में यू विल फाइंड द प्रेजेंस ऑफ क्रोमोनीमा विच इज नथिंग बट अ हाईली कॉइल्ड डीएनए थ्रेड. Chromatid consists of a double-stranded DNA molecule which extend from one end of the chromosome to the other. यहाँ से यहाँ तक पूरे क्रोमोसोम में डीएनए मॉलिक्यूल, डीएनए डबल स्टैंडर्ड मॉलिक्यूल प्रेजेंट होंगे. Now we said that the primary constriction, it is also known as the centromere. The chromosome can be divided into various structures depending upon the position of centromere. Okay, and generally we find four types, you can say four types of shapes of chromosomes depending upon the presence of centromere. This is the centromere, and इसका जो पोजीशन होगा उसके अकॉर्डिंग देर आर फोर टाइप ऑफ क्रोमोसोम. वन इज, विल स्टार्ट फ्रॉम दिस एंड, इट इज नोन एज metacentric chromosome. Now, why are we calling it metacentric? Because here the centromere is exactly present at the center. When the chromosome is present at the center, it is called as metacentric chromosome. Here also see, I have already told you that this is the P arm, which is quite shorter. This is the Q arm, which is quite longer than the P arm. This is the centromere present at the center, and because of that we are going to call it as metacentric. And here you can see this is the V-shaped chromosome. Okay. Now, when the chromosome is slightly away from the center, here you can see it is slightly away from the center, it is called as submetacentric chromosome, and this is of L shape. The third type of chromosome is acrocentric chromosome. Here the centromere is much away from the center. सेंटर से काफ़ी दूर है centromere, इसीलिए उसे कहेंगे acrocentric chromosome, which is quite resemble to the J shape. And the last structure type of chromosome is the telocentric. Now in telocentric you will find that the centromere is exactly present at the top or the tip of the chromosome, at the end of the chromosome. That is why it is called as telocentric. Centromere is present at the tip or the end. Metacentric, present at the center, slightly away, submetacentric, much away, acrocentric, and at the end, telocentric. So this is how chromosomes can be categorized into 4 types depending upon the shapes. Now, if you'll find the chromosome arrangement of the human being, then there are 23 sets of chromosomes. Out of those 23 sets or the pair, 1 to 22nd set, यहाँ फर्स्ट सेट से लेकर यहाँ 22 सेट्स तक जितने क्रोमोसोम पेयर हैं उन्हें हम कहते हैं ऑटोसोम्स. ओके, यहाँ से लेकर यहाँ तक जितने भी क्रोमोसोम पेयर हैं उन्हें इन सबको हम कहेंगे autosomes, because they are contributing in the various characters of human being or any organism. And the last set of chromosome, that is the 23rd set of chromosome, it is known as allosome. It is also known as sex chromosome because this pair of chromosome, it determines the sex of the offspring or the organism. That is why it is known as allosome or sex chromosome. So 1 to 22 are autosome, and the 23rd set, it is allosome. This is so in human being total chromosome are 46. 23 set, that means if you will double that, it is in pair, so total we have 46. And this is for comparison of chimpanzee. In chimpanzee you will find the total chromosome number is 48. Okay, now let us see what sex chromosome is. In human being there are 2 type of sex chromosome, or you can say allosomes. It is X chromosome and Y chromosome. Okay, now let us see the difference between these X and Y chromosome. X chromosome are generally straight rod-like structure. It is metacentric. That means the centromere is present at the center, exactly center. This is a structure of X chromosome, and the centromere is present at the center. That is why it is metacentric. But if you will compare that with Y chromosome, this is Y chromosome, slightly smaller than the X chromosome. This is acrocentric. That means the centromere is slightly away from the center. Okay, X chromosome is metacentric while Y chromosome is acrocentric. X chromosome is longer than Y chromosome and Y chromosome is smaller than X chromosome. You can clearly see In this picture also, X chromosome is quite longer while the Y chromosome is quite smaller. Now in X chromosome, you will find large number of euchromatin, which is an extended region, but if you'll compare that with Y chromosome, it is present in small amount. The euchromatin is present in small amount, and because of that it will have less amount of DNA. But if you'll compare that with the X chromosome, as it has large number of euchromatin, so it will have large amount of DNA also. ठीक है, एक्स क्रोमोसोम में ज़्यादा यूक्रोमाटिन है तो ज़्यादा डीएनए रहेगा, पर वाई क्रोमोसोम में कम क्रोमाटिन है तो कम डीएनए रहेगा, जिसकी वजह से क्या होगा, एक्स क्रोमोसोम जो है जेनेटिकली एक्टिव रहेगा बिकॉज ऑफ प्रेजेंस ऑफ लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ डीएनए। पर वाई क्रोमोसोम में तो डीएनए कम है तो वाई क्रोमोसोम जेनेटिकली लेस एक्टिव होगा या फिर इनर्ट होगा, या तो वो बहुत कम काम करेगा या काम ही नहीं करेगा। X chromosome, it has small amount of heterochromatin, which is a highly condensed region, but Y chromosome, it will have large amount of heterochromatin. X chromosome में euchromatin ज़्यादा है, heterochromatin कम है. Y chromosome में euchromatin कम है, heterochromatin ज़्यादा है. That is why it is genetically less active. Okay, so this is the difference between X chromosome and Y chromosome. X chromosome is responsible for a, like if an individual X chromosome is present, then the result will be girl. If in an organism X and Y, these allosomes are present, then the organism will be a male or a boy. Okay. Now both these X and Y chromosome, they show homologous and non-homologous region. These are the two chromosomes. You can say this is the X chromosome and this is the Y chromosome. So this is the homologous region of a chromosome and this is the non-homologous region of a chromosome. Crossing over occurs only between homologous region of X and Y chromosome. So these are the homologous chromosome, and in these two homologous chromosomes only crossing over is possible. Non-homologous region of X chromosome is longer and contains more gene than non-homologous region of Y chromosome. This is the non-homologous region of chromosome. So this X will have longer and more gene. This Y will have smaller and less gene. So whenever the crossing over, or you can say synapsis, will occur, at that time what will happen? This X-linked gene will be present on the non-homologous region of X chromosome, while Y-linked gene present on non-homologous region of Y chromosome. This is the X-linked gene. This blue colored part you can see. This is the X-linked gene present on non-homologous part of the X chromosome. जब क्रॉसिंग ओवर होगा तो ये देखिए यहाँ पे ये X-linked जीन है, दिस ब्लू कलर X-linked जीन है जो आ गया है नॉन होमोलोगस पार्ट पे, और ये यहाँ पे आ गया है Y-linked जीन, नॉन होमोलोगस पार्ट ऑफ द Y क्रोमोसोम. ठीक है, सो दिस इज द रिजल्ट ऑफ क्रॉसिंग ओवर. नाउ लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड chromosome number. So what chromosome number is, it is actually if we consider a basic number of chromosome, जितने भी basic number of chromosome एक organism में present होते हैं, that is nothing but the ploidy. Ploidy, it is the degree of repetition of primary basic number of chromosome. मतलब एक जो standard बेसिक नंबर ऑफ क्रोमोसोम एक ऑर्गेनिज्म में प्रेजेंट होगा, उसका जितना भी रिपीटेशन बाद में होगा, दैट विल बी कॉल्ड एज ploidy. Okay, now if we consider primary basic number of chromosome, then we generally denote it as n. हम n बोलते हैं उस primary basic number of chromosome को. इसके पहले whenever we had studied monohybrid or dihybrid, something we have studied, or when we studied sperm and egg structure also, at that time we said that the sperm, it is n in number. That means it was single set of chromosome was present, and when there was a fertilization of sperm and a egg, the result was the zygote, and zygote was diploid in number. That means it was having 2n, right? So that n which is present in the sperm or egg, it is the basic primary basic number of chromosome. If we talk about human, then in human 23 is the primary basic number of chromosome. All right. Sorry, x अगर हम in humans, sorry, primary basic number होगा 46. Now these ploidy, it is of two type. One is euploidy, another is aneuploidy. Euploidy, it means in an organism exact multiple of primary basic number will be present. The first example of euploidy is monoploidy. Monoploidy, as I have told you, that the primary basic number of human being, we are considering here human being, so primary basic number of human being is 23. In sperm we were having 23 chromosome. That means n is equal to 23. Now euploidy का मीनिंग है कि ये जो 23 है, प्राइमरी बेसिक नंबर ऑफ क्रोमोसोम जो है वो एग्जैक्ट मल्टीपल कॉपीज देगा डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द ऑर्गेनिज्म. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इन डिप्लॉइडी, the second example is diploidy. In diploid organism, a diploid cell, if you consider zygote, then in zygote we were having 46 chromosome, double of n. N is 23, so we were having double of n. That means 2 into 23, it will be 46. In a monoploidy, primary basic chromosome number will be 23. In diploidy, that is diploid cell, it will be exact multiple of the monoploidy or the primary basic number of chromosome, so it is 46. Third example we can take, that is of polyploidy. In polyploidy we can have triploidy, we can have tetraploidy, we can have pentaploidy. Like that we can have exact multiple of this primary basic number of chromosome. That means if you divide this 23 by 3, then you can get 69. If you multiply this with 4, you'll get 92 chromosome. Multiplied by 5, you can get 115 chromosome. So exact multiple copies we can get of this primary basic chromosome number. Now let us come to aneuploidy. So aneuploidy is of two type again. One is hypoploidy and the other is hyperploidy. Now this aneuploidy, it is nothing but it is the either addition of a क्रोमोसोम और डिलीशन ऑफ क्रोमोसोम, एक या दो क्रोमोसोम का या तो एडिशन होगा या तो डिलीशन होगा. अगर एडिशन होता है तो दैट विल बी हाइपरप्लॉइडी. अगर क्रोमोसोम नंबर ऐड होते हैं इस 23 में, अगर क्रोमोसोम ऐड होते हैं तो इसे कहेंगे हम हाइपरप्लॉइडी. अगर कम होते हैं, एक या दो क्रोमोसोम कम होते हैं, तो इट विल बी हाइपोप्लॉइडी. Let us take example of hypoploidy first. First example is monosomy. In monosomy, what happens that from the diploid chromosome number, one chromosome get deleted. एक क्रोमोसोम कम हो जाएगा जो भी हमारा डिप्लॉयड क्रोमोसोम नंबर होगा. डिप्लॉयड क्रोमोसोम नंबर क्या है? 46. ह्यूमंस में बेसिक क्रोमोसोम नंबर है 23, 23 का डबल करते हैं तो आ गया 46। अब मोनोजोमी में क्या होगा, एक क्रोमोसोम इसमें से कम हो जाएगा, मतलब इस केस में टोटल क्रोमोसोम नंबर एक ह्यूमन बीइंग में कितना आएगा, 45। बट दिस हाइपरप्लॉइडी और हाइपोप्लॉइडी, इट इज नॉट अ normal case. This happens only in the case of non-disjunction. We have learned in law of segregation that the genes, the chromosomes, they get separated during the division, cell division, isn't it? जब gametes बनते हैं तो हर एक gamete में एक एक सेट ऑफ एक एक क्रोमोसोम ही आएगा, पेयर एक साथ या फिर दो क्रोमोसोम्स एक साथ उसी जीन के लिए नहीं आएंगे। बट इन केस अगर एक ही गैमेट में एक से ज़्यादा उसी पर्टिकुलर ट्रेट के लिए अगर क्रोमोसोम आ जाता है, मान लीजिए कोई एक 15 नंबर का क्रोमोसोम है, तो उस 15 नंबर के क्रोमोसोम में हमेशा पेयर रहेगा, मतलब दो क्रोमोसोम एक साथ प्रेजेंट रहेंगे। पर कभी कभी क्या होगा, उस दो क्रोमोसोम में से एक क्रोमोसोम माइनस हो जाएगा, डिफेक्टिव हो जाएगा, सो एक ही क्रोमोसोम उस 15 नंबर पे रहेगा। सो दैट इज द मोनोजोमी। सो इस तरह से जो टोटल नंबर ऑफ क्रोमोसोम है वो हो जाएगा 45, 46 नहीं रहेगा, एक माइनस हो जाएगा। सेकेंड एग्जाम्पल इज नलीजोमी। नलीजोमी में क्या होगा, एक साथ दो क्रोमोसोम माइनस हो जाएंगे, मतलब एक पूरा का पूरा पेयर गायब हो जाएगा। तो मान लीजिए वो 15 नंबर का जो क्रोमोसोम पेयर था वही पूरा गायब हो गया। तो अब टोटल नंबर ऑफ क्रोमोसोम कितने हो गए, 44। 46 में से दो चले गए, रह गए 44 क्रोमोसोम ओनली। बट दीज आर द केसेस ऑफ डिसऑर्डर्स। ये डिसीजेस के साइन होते हैं जब आपके क्रोमोसोम नंबर में एडिशन या फिर डिलीशन होता है। आपका जो ह्यूमन बींग्स का जो क्रोमोसोम नंबर है वो चाहिए 46 क्रोमोसोम, बट अगर उसमें से एक क्रोमोसोम माइनस हो जाता है तो 45, दो क्रोमोसोम निकल जाते हैं तो 44। एंड दीज आर द केसेस ऑफ डिसऑर्डर्स। वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न दिस ऑल्सो इन कमिंग वीडियोज। नाउ लेट अस कम टू हाइपरप्लॉइडी। हाइपरप्लॉइडी इट इज़ द एडिशन ऑफ क्रोमोसोम। जो हमारा 46 क्रोमोसोम्स का जो स्टैंडर्ड नंबर है उसमें जब क्रोमोसोम्स ऐड होते हैं तो दैट इज कॉल्ड एज हाइपरप्लॉइडी। एंड द फर्स्ट एग्जांपल इज ट्राइसोमी। ट्राइसोमी में एक जो क्रोमोसोम है वो ऐड हो जाएगा, ठीक है। मतलब अगर मान लीजिए 16th नंबर का कोई क्रोमोसोम है, जस्ट एग्जांपल 16th नंबर का कोई क्रोमोसोम है, तो जो पेयर वहाँ पे प्रेजेंट होना चाहिए, दो क्रोमोसोम उस नंबर पे जो प्रेजेंट होने चाहिए, उन दो क्रोमोसोम की जगह अब वहाँ पे एक और आ गया। तो वहाँ पे कितने क्रोमोसोम हो गए, 3 क्रोमोसोम एक साथ हो गए। मतलब जो टोटल नंबर बना क्रोमोसोम का वो बना 47 क्रोमोसोम। दिस इज अगेन अ टाइप ऑफ डिसऑर्डर विच वी विल learn in coming videos. Second example is tetrasomy. यहाँ पे कितने क्रोमोसोम ऐड हो गए, यहाँ पे दो क्रोमोसोम ऐड हो गए। मतलब अब 46 ऑलरेडी हमारे पास होते हैं, उसमें और दो ऐड हो गए, तो कितने क्रोमोसोम आ गए, 48 क्रोमोसोम। सो दिस इज a type of variation in the number of chromosome of human being. I'm just giving you the example of human being, but this is possible in all organism. This addition or deletion of chromosome is possible in every type of organism, right? So this was all about the chromosome. Now in our next video we are going to learn about the linkages, which is nothing but the it is a exception of the third law of Mendel. Alright, so that we are going to learn in coming videos.